Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. The US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says a US submarine has sunk an Iranian warship in the Indian Ocean with a torpedo. Hegseth did not name the ship, but earlier the Sri Lankan Navy said around 140 people were missing after an Iranian ship, the Iris Dana, went down off the coast of Gaul. Meanwhile, Israel says it hit security headquarters across Tehran as US-Israeli airstrikes continue. Videos filmed across Iran show large explosions in several cities as the conflict in the region reaches its 5th day. The US and Israel struck Iran on Saturday, killing Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Footage shared on social media from the last few days shows multiple explosions and destruction across the country.
Under the direct command of President Trump, the War Department unleashed this operation early Saturday morning, just 4 days ago, which means we need to remember two things. First, we are only 4 days into this. Metrics are shifting, dust is settling, and more forces are arriving. It's very early. And as President Trump has said, we will take all the time we need to make sure that we succeed.
Gas prices have spiked and global stock markets have tumbled as the conflict in the Middle East intensifies, with growing concerns over how long it will last. The UK gas price surged to its highest level for 3 years, following sharp gains on Monday, while Brent crude oil benchmark briefly rose above $85 a barrel for the first time since July 2024. Meanwhile, the share price of companies on US, European and Asian stock markets have plunged. Since Israel and the US launched strikes on Iran and Tehran retaliated, investors have been weighing the potential economic impact, including what it could mean for inflation. There are fears the conflict in a region that plays a key role in global energy supplies and shipping routes could have a similar impact to Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine 4 years ago. Meanwhile, the UK Prime Minister has been criticised over the UK's response to the US-Israeli strikes on Iran, saying the US has taken offensive action to defend British territory, but the UK hasn't. But Sir Keir Starmer says he wasn't prepared to join a war unless he was satisfied there was a lawful basis and a viable, thought-through plan.
Mr. Speaker, I spent the week protecting British lives and our national interest. And Mr. Speaker, moments like this define a leader of the opposition. They can either step up, act in the national interest and show that they're fit to be Prime Minister, or they can expose their utter irrelevance.
An appeal court in Athens has upheld the 2020 convictions of 42 defendants linked to the neo-Nazi Golden Dawn Party. Founder Nikos Michal Oliakos and 6 other leading Golden Dawn Party officials were found guilty of belonging to and running a criminal organisation under the guise of a political party. Another 24 defendants, who included 11 former MPs, were found guilty of joining the organisation. Further convictions were upheld for the 2013 murder of left-wing musician and activist Pavlos Fiasis and the savage beating of a group of Egyptian fishermen in Athens. The defendants face sentences of up to 15 years in prison, although only 2 of the 42 involved in the appeal were in court to hear the judges deliver their verdict.
We, the jury, found the defendant guilty.
The father of a teenage boy accused of killing 4 people in a shooting rampage at a high school in the US state of Georgia has been found guilty of murder, child cruelty and other charges. Colin Gray pleaded not guilty to all 29 charges against him, stemming from the 2024 attack that left 2 teachers and 2 students dead in Winder in Georgia. His prosecution marks the 3rd time that a US parent has been held criminally responsible for a mass shooting carried out by their child. And millions of people are celebrating Holi, the festival of colours in India and across the world. The Spring Festival, which celebrates the victory of good over evil, also marks the end of winter. People offer prayers, smear bright colours on family and friends, and eat traditional food and sweets to celebrate. They also gather on the streets and throw colours at each other. Holi is based on the Hindu legend of Holika, a female demon who tries to kill her nephew because he worships the Hindu god Vishnu. People light bonfires the evening before Holi in the belief this will destroy the bad so that the good can triumph. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.